Okay, so this bag you're seeing now is divided into two parts, which is the front. This is the front, this is the back, and this is the flap, which is the cover part. So now this flap, this back is divided into three: the back, the handle part, then the flap, and this is the side. So this is how you do it. Once you cut your desired shape or your desired measurement, maybe you want it small or big, once you cut it out, you just use it to cut out the back. Then you add extra 2 inch for the flap where the handle will be. Then your remaining part represents where the flap of the bag. Then once you cut it out, you just measure. You take your tape rule, then measure round to cut out the side. So you measure round to cut out the side. So now what we need carry board, like I said earlier. So this is a carry board. Then I use, for the wideness of the carry board, it is 10.5. Then for the height, it is 7.5. 10.5 or 7.5. So I'll go and cut it out now. So now I already cut it out. Then what I did was that I shaped this edge round. You can decide to leave yours straight, and you can decide to make it round. Then I have to slant it. You know, our actual measurement is 10.5. I came in by quarter here, so I'm left with 10 at this edge here. So I just wanted to have this kind of slant shape. So this is it for the front. This is it for the front. So I'm going to use it to cut out the back. So to cut out the back, I will just place it here. My pattern, I have to place it here. Then you turn it up the other way around again, like this. I believe you can see what I'm doing. So this part that I just drew out is going to represent the handle part, then the remaining flap. So you can decide to leave your own round, and you can decide to make it curve, or you can decide to make it of this design, of this kind of design, depending on the kind of shape you want your flap to carry. You can decide to go. I'm going to leave my own round. So now on this part now, I'll measure 2 inch for the handle part. 2 inch. Then you take your ruler and roll. So this is our handle. This is the back. This is our flap. So the measurement I use, this is 10.5. This is 7.5. This upper part, since so far I have slanted it, so I'm left with just 10 here. So this handle part, the height is 2. The remaining measurement for this is 5 and 5. So this is 5 inch. So now we'll go and cut this out. So I already cut out the back. So this is our front. My carry board is not enough. That's why I'm using 2 different carry board, but it's still the same thing. So the next thing now is to break your carry board. So this is the shape our bag is going to have. So this is where our handle will be. So now to get the side of your bag, you just take your tape rule and measure round. From this edge, you measure round. Measure round. So yeah, I'm having 25. So that means our side is going to be 25. So because it's a very big bag, I'm going to make it 25 by 4. That means the length of the bag is 20. The length of the side will be 25, while the wideness of the side will be 4. But if it's a smaller bag you're making, you make the side by 3 for the wideness. So now I'm going to cut out side. But using the side, we are not going to use carry board for the side. What we are going to use is chipboard. This is chipboard. It's sold for 300 naira per sheet. But if you don't have chipboard, you can make use of this carton, this attachment carton for your chipboard. The reason why we are not going to use carry board for the side is because so that we'll be able to sew it round. You know, by the time you are using carry board, it's very thick and stressful to sew. So I'm going to use chipboard for the side. Okay, so I already cut out my chipboard. My chipboard is 25 for the length, then the breadth is 4. So the next thing I'll do is to break it to make it soft and easy to sew when you're using your machine. Okay. So now the next thing to do is to gum. We are going to gum this. We are going to gum this on our leather. How many can you do? 6. Okay. So I will apply gum here. Then when you apply it finish, you leave it to dry for like 1 minute. Once you put your hand and it's not sticking again to your hand, that means it has dry. Then you apply on the back as well. So now it has dry, it's not sticking to my hand again. So I will just place it. Then when you are placing it, you need to leave some leather at the side so you can fold it. You can see the way I'm cutting it. And I'll also gum this part as well. Okay, so now I've pasted it on that. So the next thing is to wrap. But before I wrap, I have to notch it round. Notch it. And you apply them. So now I've applied the gum, then I'll just fold it. This place that is not straight, you can notice that we shaped this place. So you just do it like this. Okay, let me wrap everything first. And I'll come back to that. So same thing I did for this. I will go and wrap this place as well. I will fold it. So I'm done wrapping. Then you trim off all this excess. And you have it. Okay. So our bag is getting ready. The next thing we need to do is to make the handle part, the hole for the handle. So this is our handle part. You know it's 2. I will divide into 2. That's going to be 1 inch. I want to get the real point for it. So I'm going to come in by 1.5 on the center on both sides. 1.5 on both sides. Then I'll draw a circle. So this is my puncher. I'm going to make a hole with this. I'm going to make a hole. So the hole is ready now. Then I'll fix my eyelets. And I'll cover it up. There's a machine for fixing this, but I don't have the machine. I have the machine, but I don't have the dies. So I'll just bend it like this in two places. You take your hammer and you bend it down. This is it. This is where I want